Hello, everybody. Bienvenido a todo. Welcome to VRAM with me, VRAM, and we are not back in BMNG.drive for the first time in a while, or normal service is resumed. I'm back in Train Sim World 5, and it's to sort of do a sort of drive of the new Mildmay Line, which to between you and me, it's actually the North London line. Mildmay Line is what TfL have called it because they've given all the overground names. All the overground lines now have names. Um, but now I don't live in London, I don't care. But to me, it will always be the North London line or just the Overground. But it's apparently too big a network now to just be called the Overground, so they needed names for the line. So this is Mildmay Line in reference to a hospital, I think, that was somewhere in East London. And also coincidentally, there is an old abandoned station that is demolished and long gone now that used to be called Mildmay Park, that I think was between Highbury, Islington, and Canterbury. And it closed very, very long ago, long before it became like the Overground. But anyway, I think we should just get on with this actually. Now I've got like absolutely shitloads of mods installed, so I have no idea what's going to happen. It might crash, it might explode in my face. I have no idea. What I will do to start, so we're starting at Stratford and we're going into Richmond, and I've done like an afternoon service, so the sun will be setting, and hopefully that means the light will always be on the front of the train. So it'll look nice. That's basically what I planned, and it's a clear day. So we're going to start with master key. Nope, I don't need to go all the way down. I need to open the doors. I need to turn the lights on. Day running. Yes. And then I need to do my TPWS, that's it. Some weird quirks with this route, like you have to be quite close to be able to touch these sometimes, and the aim is a little bit off, but it's no worse than some other routes, to be honest. Oh, we've got a bit of time. What's happening around here? So we are in Stratford, and if you've been to Stratford, then you know it is. I mean, I haven't been there for many, many years, but like even last time I was there, it was like a weird metropolis in the suburbs, a bit like Croydon actually. Lots of tower blocks, but modern tower blocks, equally ugly, but you know, and big Westfield as well. You can kind of see. I mean, that it actually looks at that texture like they pulled that from Google Earth or something, because that is the actual look of the hotel. This is like a very low texture version of it, and like low texture and modeling might be a theme. Funnily enough, this building here actually it does look very 60s, even though it's a very modern building. In real life, it looks very 60s. Right. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, look, and there's a not Greater Anglia train because they don't have the license, so it's just reminiscent. Just flavour, you might say. Dun dun dun. And we might see a not Crossrail train. Is that one? There's a not Crossrail train. Look at that. It's huge, isn't it? 12 cars long, I think. 12 or 10 or 12. Oh well. But anyway, let's get back to the real important thing, which is our lovely 378. This is a Bombardier. It's an Electro Star, but this one is specifically called the Capital Star because it was developed specifically for the London Overground. I mean, so unlike most others, it doesn't have plug doors. It has slidey into body doors, and it doesn't have a walk-through gangway. It just has this escape door for tunnels. And it has these snazzy headlights, which I think were only also used on a Turbo Star in Birmingham. I think the 197s were they, or 19 something, that are used on the Snow Hill lines. Because all the others had the circular lights, but I actually like these. I actually think overall it's probably the best looking of all the Electro Stars. Oh, and there's the Aquatic Centre. We are passing by the Olympic Park. And I think, where is it? Canary Wharf. You can just see Canary Wharf in the distance. Yeah. I have, like I said, I have absolutely loads of mods installed, so expect performance to be weird. So we have, oh look, there's a London bus. Ooh. I also have like the mod, one of the mods I have installed is the God mode, which gives you this very zoomy camera, which is not standard. Oh look, and it's 2 trains passing. But we did not see. Oh look, that's DLR. Oh, look. Now, is this not the scene of life? The scene of life. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. DLR. Doesn't have passengers on it, but this is like, that's just like complete AI. Can't drive it or anything, but like, just amazing. Anyway, I need to speed up. This means you're at Hackney Wick. What else can we see from here? Oh, look, there's the what do you call that? What the hell do you call that? I've forgotten. Oh, there's the Olympic Stadium as well. Another London bus. What do you call that? The Orbit, that's it. I don't know why the hell you call it the Orbit. Been up it, wasn't much. When it would be before the Olympics, I think when it was still when it wasn't technically open, and went on like a see the park under construction type tour, and went up to the top of it. And yeah, it was what it says on the scene. You saw the park under construction, so it was very nearly finished. I think it was like 6 months before the Olympics actually happened. And here we are at Hackney Wick. Hackney Wick is like, as you can see from the graffiti and the containers, it's the cool but very rapidly gentrifying part of London. Of East London. And actually this part of the station, I don't think it was here when I lived in London, or it was under construction. They what they basically did was, because if you ever used the overground for years like I did and saw it go from Silverlink to overground, all of the stations on the North London line were basically just from the late 80s. They were just like little sheds. And because Hackney Wick is becoming, like, you know, gentrified and very popular, it's too busy. So what they did is they built this big concrete tunnel, and then one day, like, or one weekend, they closed the line, and then they just sort of like maneuvered it under the track, and then just put the trains back on top of it, and then they built the new station around it. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And now it's like a bit of a concretey, brutalisty station. Quite nice. I remember seeing it in Train Magazine, but I don't think I ever saw the station myself. Because I've got no reason to go to Hackney Wick. When you don't live in London, you'd be like, why would I go to Hackney Wick? Can I open the window? Oh, I can. Oh, I can. I can open that window? Oh, I can. Let's have some... I don't think this is a very soundy train from memory, because you don't really go fast in it. Like, you really... I don't think you ever get over 40 miles an hour. 45. And that's your lot. As you know, 45, like, I think they have a top speed of like 90 maybe, or 100. Oh, 75, only 75. So yeah, these were definitely, I mean, that's why they're capital stars. They're not made for anything other than these very short little routes. Oh, lovely lighting, isn't it, eh? Oh, look at that. Oh, I'm going way too fast into Homerton, way too fast into Homerton, not going to stop, way too fast into Homerton, no! Well, this is not what Homerton looks like, by the way. No, I mean, the station is, but that building next there is a much more extravagant building than this one. Oh, only one door over. Oh no, and it's technically on the platform, I'll go with that. Yeah, this portrays it as like a sort of 60s modernist building, but it's actually like a 2000s terracotta tiled weird shaped building with grass on the roof. But I wouldn't expect, like, this whole route that you're seeing right now, if you don't know already, was made by one person, and it was just like a hobby. And then someone said, "Oh, you should turn it from a hobby into a business." So he turned it into like a little micro studio, and ETG have published it, and that's why you can buy it, like, literally. It's that simple. Not well, simple is obviously the wrong word, but because it was obviously a lot of work for him, but pretty amazing, right? Like this, all one person. I mean, he had like help and support for like sourcing assets or sounds and stuff, but modeling seems to have all been him. Which I think is amazing. And the studio's called Incredible Trains, and I hope they make more London routes. I'm saying that to precursor because there are like some sort of like, you know, gaps in textures or weird modeling decisions, but it makes sense when you consider was made by one person. And because I mean, if you watch the stream, the launch not or the preview stream, like he quite upfront about it and says, you know, I had to stop somewhere. This has to make money, otherwise otherwise it would take me years. So that's why it stops at Willesden Junction and doesn't go to Clapham Junction or Richmond. Oh, come on, you can slow down faster than that. There we go. Lovely. Lovely. Is this person taking a selfie? Oh, I see what you're trying to do. Well, I'm gonna up you one. I'm going to. Can I get? Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Oh, I've turned it off, haven't I? Bloody hell. Oh well. Oh well, I'll have to. Oh, I could navigate it with controller, couldn't I? Yeah, I'll try that. I'll try navigating it with controller then. Right. Depth of field, focal point. I don't want it to you, Sosmate. I want it to be the train. But I may have to increase the depth of field so this man isn't so weirdly blurry. And field of view, maybe. And exposure a bit up, saturation a bit up. Okay. Okay, I've got to see if I can. Oh, I can't see the mouse. That's the problem because I've got some scaling software installed that hides the mouse. Because there we go. I think that's a little bit too. His face is a little bit too weird for it to be a nice picture. Don't blame me. Blame the NPCs. We do also have a screen here. I don't think you can do much with it. There is you can sort of click stuff. Oh, I think you're not supposed to use it when you're on the move. Because it'll just keep resetting to that screen. Ah, well. So that was Hackney Central, wasn't it? Yeah. Where I used to live. I used to live in Homerton as well. So we're now going down the side of Graham Road towards Dalstan. So this is like, oh yeah, I looked at a flat there once. Yeah, and actually used to live up here in Shacklewell Lane. And we're heading to Dalston Kingsland Shopping Centre. And actually here where that wall curves, there used to be a curve that led to where the East London line is, but it was gone long ago, and it's basically beyond ever being reconnected now. I think they made some allowance for the idea of it, but I don't necessarily think there's a logical reason to connect the East London line with Stratford. It's not on TfL's priority list. And it was turned into a nice garden called Dawson Cove Garden, which I don't know if it's still there, but it was a really nice little garden, like little community garden. And you could get pizza there. And this is Dalstan, using like completely taken from Birmingham Cross City. That is the rotunda, with a few fewer floors, and it's been elongated to make it more of an oval shape. And so if you're not familiar with Dalston, it's just like, it's like a suburb of London, but quite still like one of those inner city suburbs of London, like Hackney or Vauxhall, places like that. Was cool for a while. I'm not sure if it still is. And it has two stations. So it has Dalston Kingsland, which is this line on the North London line, and then it has round this bend through there is Dalston Junction, which is where the East London line trains go. Because if you see, there's a line joining us, and that will follow us to Highbury Islington, and so that's where the East London line runs alongside the North London line. And they both stop at Highbury and Islington, they both stop at Canterbury. But then we continue west to Willesden Junction. And as you'll notice, the East London line is third rail only. If you ever get the pleasure of leaving Highbury and Islington or Canterbury at the same time, seeing if you're on an East London line or you're on a North London line, you'll know that the overhead wires give them better acceleration. Same train, but they accelerate much faster on the North London line. Because they get more electricity in it. Some of that AC flavour. We have Canberra. See, they model. Yeah, this is actually a really cute, cool part of Oh, why did I start slowing down too soon? It's actually quite a cool part of London when you're wandering through, seeing the houses that line the line. It's quite cool. I used to know someone lived in a flat that overlooked this line. But when I went there, and they had a roof, they had like a communal roof where we would hang out and drink. But at the time, there was just constant weekend closures on the overground, so I never actually got to see trains going past. I mean, I can tell you, when I first moved to London, it was Silverlink, this line, and it was like you used it because you had to, but it was horrible. And it didn't feel like part of London's transport. They had added it to... So I think I moved when it had just become London Overground, but it was still the Silverlink trains. Or it happened very soon after I moved, because I remember... So I lived in Halls when I first moved to London. I lived in Camden. And Camden Road, which we all travel through, is on the Overground. And I remember I had to meet some friends in Highbury and Islington, and I looked it up on Journey Planner, and it told me I could get the train from Camden Road and that I could use Oyster. So I was like, oh, okay. Oh no, it wasn't. I wasn't even using Oyster then. I was using a paper travel card. Paper travel card. And yeah, this train showed up. This like little PEP unit 313, and was like horrific, like genuinely horrible. And because those old PEP units, like, I mean, the Silverlink units were like, if I remember, they were like pink with yellow bits. Just a really odd colour combination. Oh, look at this. This is a beautiful picture, isn't it? Look at this. Got the East London Line train waiting to get into Highbury and Islington. Maybe I can zhuzh it up a bit. Oh no, I need field of view, right? Yeah. I think that looks quite nice. I do think it looks nice. I'm just trying to think what it's missing. No, let's go with that. I think that looks quite nice. Oh, Sorry, I'm breathing too heavily into the mic. Let's see, can I find it? Like I said, I don't have a mouse, so I can't actually. There we go. I don't have a cursor, so I can only I can only see when something becomes in focus. We're hitting a yellow. We're behind something, I think. Yeah, hybrid Islington used to use a lot. So hybrid Islington is basically you get the Victoria line if you're South London or you're East or Central London and you're trying to get home to East London. Um, you'd get the Victoria line to hybrid Islington, then switch to the Overground. And so it's a very busy station and isn't really built very well for it. I remember when they opened the East London line, they did expand it a bit, and that they built this bridge as well, so that people didn't have to go into the main building because the main building has quite a small circulation area. For like considering like the Victoria line is super busy, and then you got this line too. And this platform is always packed. The line that goes towards East London, and yeah, because when I used to live in London Fields and Clapton, I would sometimes get the train from Hackney Central to work, and then when I lived in Dawson, I would get from Dawson Kingsland, and when I lived in Turnpike Lane, I would sometimes get the Piccadilly line to Finsbury Park, then cross-platform switch to Victoria line, and then get to Hybrid Islington, and then take the East London line down to Goldsmiths, which wasn't my university, but I did used to go to some sort of public lectures there. So yeah, it was like this, the overground really was. I mean, by the time I left London, I used the overground much more than the underground. Couldn't stand the underground. Still can't. Still cannot. Like, gives me very sort of too small. Those tube trains that no, you're not never going to convince me they are characterful or anything. They are just far too small. But yeah, anyway, where am I going with all of this? Sort of meandering going on, eh? Telling you my story of life in London. But yeah, I never. So like, I worked in Shepherd's Bush and White City for a bit, so that I would sometimes get the overground to there. But most of the time I'd be getting the overground to the Victoria line, and then getting from there to King's Cross. Oh, Caledonian Road. Oh, there's a Libertine song. Oh, there's a song by the Libertines that references Cali Road, but I can't remember what it's called. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Guys on the sand on the Charlie Road. So I double there are for hours so bold. So you see these two gold fingers, these crooked fingers, I'll show you the way to me now, and it's just like he's in another world. Oh, I can't remember the name of it, but I can remember the song. Very good song. But yeah, Cali Road is sort of between Highbury and between Camden Road. Bit of a dodgy area, or was known for a dodgy area, being a dodgy area. Walked around there a few times. Knew some people who live around there in a very posh brutalist house for a bit. Yeah, never really liked it. My brother used to live there as well when he lived in London. But yeah, when I first moved to London, I liked Camden. It's just a nice place to live when you first moved to London. Granted, it was in student halls, but I lived like a good 40-minute walk from uni. Oh well, probably wasn't 40, maybe 30. And I used to get to walk down Camden High Street when I went to uni. Eversholt Street next to Euston. You could see the Pendolinos and the Caledonian Sleeper through the gates. Walk past all the tube stations, the red tiled tube stations. Oh, it was lovely. Lovely. Really liked those first years in London. I'm trying to remember, like, I think these trains came in about I'm trying to remember. I remember the first time we got on one. I'm trying to remember where we lived. So I remember getting like it arriving and being like, "What the hell is this? This is like modern train madness." I think this is the entrance to the station, isn't it? Yeah, it's like a little ramp. And you get out the Cali Road. Actually, there's a bridge, isn't there? There's a bridge. I think it says Cali Road on it. I don't know if they'll have actually modelled that though. I wouldn't blame them if they didn't, but oh look, there's another person taking a picture with a fancy rangefinder. Ooh, he looks like my driver, one of the drivers I used to have. That's lost to time now because I've lost like 1,000,000 of my old profiles, so I just start a new one. Hence why my driver points always look really low. You're like, what's wrong with this person? How can someone be playing this game for like 5 years and only have like 80 XP or something? It's like, because I just lose the bloody driver profiles. You can go back and see that I went from like 200 or something to 10. Like, that was purely on the basis of losing the driver profile. And they said the horn is not very nice to use. It's like, I think it's badly programmed, as in the sound meh, but it cuts off too sharply in a way that a horn wouldn't. Like, it doesn't have that soft sort of deflation when you lift off it. Here we go on our way to Camden Road. Camden Road, and that means we'll be going past. That's the portal out of the high-speed one. Boop, boop, boop. We should be passing over. Entrance to King's Cross. See some Thameslink trains, maybe. Yeah, this is the entrance to King's Cross, isn't it? Yes. I think. Was that the entrance to St Pancras? I think that might be the entrance to St Pancras. No, that was King. Yeah, that was St Pancras. Yeah, I missed the entrance to King's Cross. But didn't see any Thameslink or Mildmay Line trains. It's okay. We'll get another chance when we get to what's that other place? We'll go to West Hampstead. And here we are at Camden Road. It's an unassuming station, but actually one of my favourites, I think, on the London Overground. It has very... it won't be modelled here, I don't think, but it has a very nice... Oh no, it really isn't modelled here. Oh no, that's the end. That's the way down, isn't it? Yeah. This bit where you go down into the ground floor of the station, because this is the main station building. Oh, you can't see it. There it is. Yeah. Has very nice high ceilings, and it's not even grand. It's just nice. And actually, that's where I used to live, all the way up there, past these houses. There used to be like a weird carpet ride. Shop just very randomly in the middle of Camden, and I lived in halls next to that. And down there's Camden, towards Camden Town tube station, and up here is Kentish Town, and we'll be going to Kentish Town West. Oh, look at that! Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, isn't that a pretty picture? Let's just appreciate that. Lovely, isn't it? Lovely. Oop, oop, oop. And down there to the left, you would go off towards West Coast Main Line. So when you do those freight runs on the West Coast Main Line and you turn off before Euston. This is where you would get onto. And actually, what I remember when I used to use the overground frequently, is that it was very common actually to see freight trains because they'd come through, and some of the trailers wouldn't have any containers on them, and you'd be like, I could just jump on that. I could just jump on that and then jump off when I got to Stratford. But also, like, obviously I never did because I don't want to die. I don't want to die and be that someone was filming, and it's like, and then the title of the video is "Stupid Idiot Jumps on Moving Freight Train in Camden Town." Oh, we got some really low frame rates then. Frame rates are a bit all over the place, but also just bear in mind I've got like literally mod galore installed. I've got the visual upgrade pack installed for like TSW, which has just been revamped and includes, I've got this lossless frame software thing that I don't even understand, but I just installed it. God mode with like some save files which updates the INIs and stuff like that. Oh, that's a lot. But I mean, it does look gorgeous, doesn't it? It does. It looks absolutely bloody gorgeous. Kentish Town West. Remember, look at that. 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 That is London skyline. So there's Canary Wharf all the way over there. There's the Shard. There's the... it used to be called the Beetham Tower, but I'm not sure what it's called now. There is BT Tower and Euston Tower, is it? I guess, yeah. And there's University College Hospital. Ooh, lovely, lovely jubbly. Anything you can see in the west? I don't think so. I don't think so. Probably see Wembley somewhere. Oh, anyway, I need to close the doors, I think. Oh yeah, I'm not even late. I can't believe I'm on time. This is a very stop-starting surface. I'm usually terrible at them. Ah, lovely. So yeah, I do very... I can't remember where I'd come from, but I remember arriving to Kentish West Station one time, super early in the morning. I'm trying to think. I reckon I'd got a night bus to Kentish Town, and then I wanted to get the train home. But when I got there, it was like an hour and a half till the first train. I mean, I was there early, and I was full on willing to wait. But then I needed the toilet, so I was like, I had to go and find a bus, and then switch to another bus. Oh, wouldn't catch me out like that now. Wouldn't catch me out going home at like 6 o'clock in the morning now. Wouldn't catch me out past 1. If I go out for like Christmas drinks with work, I'm like, oh, I stick to non-alcoholic beer and stuff like that. Back then, oh. Back then I was drinking like 6 or 7 pints of Guinness in a night. Tell you what though, I was thin. Very thin. Not so much now. Maybe there is something to be said for binging alcohol. No, obviously I'm joking. So where are we now? Oh, Gospel Oak. Oh, Gospel Oak, we'll see. Oh look, there's a Class 710. So obviously Gospel Oak, the suffragette line, is it? That is also available as a DLC, if you didn't know. Oh, look, there it is. With their bombardiers. Right up to the buffers. Right up to them. I have to say I still prefer the 378 to these. I think it was one of my first experience of like seeing like the revolution from going from like a really old crappy train to like a brand new one. And it was like, and it's because like the previous ones were like suburban units rather than like high capacity metro. So like obviously inside these are all like seats along the side, lots of space inside, and they actually feel really big because of that. Whereas the PEP units felt tiny because they were, I think they were 5 abreast seating, with like the short seats that don't go all the way up the back. And the same as the trains, that they have them in we have them in the game, the 313. I think they were 313s actually, those ones on here. The 314 in Glasgow as well. Same trains. Awful things. Awful, awful things. I like the way they looked on the outside, but I never liked the inside experience. Oh gosh, look at us sauntering along to Hampstead Heath. Ooh, very beautiful place to go in the summer. Big, just like I suppose it's a heath. But to the people who are not familiar with what a heath is, you could call it like a park or like a woodland because it's quite big and it is. I mean, you could. I don't know. I'm trying to say like it kind of is a park, but it's also too big to be what you'd consider a park. A park and gardens, maybe. It has lakes or ponds, actually. They're called Hampstead Ponds. And there's a Lido, very nice Lido. And the station again is absolutely packed in summer when people are like are going up to Hampstead Heath to sunbathe and stuff. And I'll just say this: it has a nightlife as well. Okay, I cannot believe I'm sticking to time, you know. Oh, these models of the buses. I mean, I hate these buses. They were bloody awful. So C just disappears. These are like little things that tell you that this is like a solo dev project. But I mean, that kind of thing, I actually think. Fair play to him. Did this all by himself. Not going to castigate him on the fact that like some things disappear or some of the scenery is a bit crude. I think it's a fair price to pay. I want more solo developers making little routes like this. Because I always think more content for the game is just good all around. Into the tunnel. Finchley Road and Frognall. Now I can honestly say I've never actually been outside of the station, but I did once get kicked off get kicked off a train for when it was taken out of service at Finchley Green and Frognall, and it was bloody awful. Finchley Road and Frognall, and it was bloody awful. Because obviously, when a train gets taken out of service on a line like this, the next one that comes is already packed, and then you've got a whole other trainload of people who were just kicked off their train getting on as well. So it was awful. And actually, that happened too often, if you ask me, when I used to get the train to work. Fortunately, I only ever needed to get the train to commute this way not many times. If I'd have stayed in London, my office would have moved there, and I would have had to commute along this line again to White City. So, thank God. Thank God. Because I think it was only maybe 3 or 4 months that I actually had to commute properly from Hackney Central, or was it? It was Hackney Central, and then it was Dalston, to Ealing, which means I had to get this train to Shepherd's Bush and then switch to the Central line. Which was not fun, because the Central line is already awful. And then get Central Line all the way to Ealing Broadway, and like because the Central Line has 2 branches at the western end, you then have to wait for the right train. Oh, it was awful. Oh, I hated it. And you'd have to wait for the right train on this one to get to, because this has 2 branches which aren't modelled in the game, but one goes to Richmond and one goes to Clapham Junction, and the one that goes to Clapham Junction passes through Shepherd's Bush. And they both like voltage change as well because they move on to 3rd rail networks. Yeah, 4th rail. So eventually the 378 ends up sharing the line with the District line to Richmond, and so it's running off 3rd rail. And then eventually the the line to Clapham Junction, you're sharing it with like southern services to Olympia and, well, Clapham. Well, actually, the services you get, the southern services you get in the West Coast Main Line route are the ones that share the line with the Overground through Shepherd's Bush. Pretty fascinating, eh? London's network is amazing. If one day we all get a joined up network that has it all, it'll be bloody amazing. I do not expect that, by the way. I'm not crazy. West Hampstead, so somewhere around here is the ooh, something's coming. Something's coming. That must be the Midland Main Line. Okay, right, well, let's see. Okay. Left door's locked. Let's go find whatever it is. I'm trying to think. Is it running below us or above us? Ah, below us. What is it? What is on our... Oh, it's a little classy 700, I think. Yeah, there it is. There it is. And we're going to Bronsbury. And now I definitely don't think I've ever been here. Pass through it all the time. And always thought, how do you say that? But then, of course, you got the tannoy woman saying, Bronsbury. Train is now approaching Bronsbury. Keep clear of the closing doors. Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Someone is going to put all the sound recordings, the appropriate sound recordings into this in a mod, and I'm going to get them, just for the nostalgia. My favourite's always when it tells you what lines it connects with. This station is Warren Street. Alight here for the Northern Line. Or I think King's Cross St Pancras is the one with the most connections. So it's like, this station is King's Cross St Pancras. Alight here for the Hammersmith and City, Circle and District Line. Victoria, Northern, and national and international rail services. Yeah, that would be if you were on the Piccadilly line. It might even have said something else. National and international rail services. Yeah, I don't think it would have said anything else. No, actually, no. I'm trying to think, are there any where it tells you there's something you're alighting at? A light here for something that isn't a train station or something. Usually it's a light here for national rail services. No, I don't think they tell you if you're somewhere famous. Like, not like when you get to Tower Hill, it doesn't say a light here for Tower of London and Tower Bridge. Or maybe it does. That sounds too realistic for me to have made up. And now Bronsbury Park. Another one, never been. Never been. But what's funny is when you get this line regularly, it's so annoying because like you're obviously, if you start out somewhere over here and you go here, you want it to be a straight line, but at times you're going north because it squiggles. Oop, I full on stopped way before the end of the platform. Oh well. And also these are places that like people live, but they're not places you go. So it's always really annoying when you're in one of these places and you're like, Bronsbury Park, what is Bronsbury Park? It is Bronsbury Park. That was a Chiltern line. Yes, because there's a little 166. Missed all of this. I have to do another video where I just like meander along trying to find the AI traffic on the other lines. Nice little feature. The whatever that is, fan or something, and the little aircon fan as well. Next one, Kensal Rise. Yep, went here quite a few times. Another place people just live around there. You wouldn't go there for any other reason. And that's exactly why I went there. Someone I knew lived there. Oh. Oh, I've gone into the other train's interior. No passengers. Very weirdly, a lot of these services start out full of passengers and then they empty. But I think that's like maybe an issue I've seen on other lines. Because these trains are never empty. And it certainly wouldn't be empty this time of day. Because this is like an... I mean, the Overground does make up an orbital route around London, but it's not continuous. Like, you can't go in a circle. You have to switch. So you have the... You can get the East London line to... I think the longest you can do is Highbury and Islington to... Highbury and Islington to... Clapham Junction. I think that's one continuous journey. And then you could do Clapham Junction to Highbury to Stratford. I think that's possible. I'm just trying to think if the southern bit you'd have to switch at New Cross or New Cross Gate, or one of them. I can't remember which one. Which is the one that's the branch and which is the other one. Okay, I really overrun that. Oh, but this is exactly as I remember it. Yeah, you come out of this little town, then you walk down. I would walk down here, around this corner, and down there. So yeah, you can see some of the modelling just sort of like abruptly ends. But again, solo developer, I can mostly live with this. I wouldn't say no to it being tidied up either by the dev or by a mod, but I'm not too fussy about stuff like that. I think the next one is our final destination. Next station is Willesden Junction, where this train will not terminate, but you will. It's quite nice because the sun is setting. The sun is setting as we get to the final station. Oh. But lovely. Lovely jubbly. Yes, I do like this kind of route where you go. Well, I mean, this route is literally like memory. I remember this. I remember going there. I remember doing that. I love it. And it does hit all the right notes, to be honest. I can say that's someone who used to commute on this line. It may not be perfect, but it gets the right thing, gets the things right. And I mean, the 378 is a really good model. It looks lovely. Lovely. And Willesden Junction, yes, came here very often. But never, I mean, again, Willesden Junction, I wasn't coming here because I wanted to go to Willesden Junction. I'd go because when you get on one of the trains, say I would arrive to Dalston Kings and or Hackney Central, and I needed to head westbound, I'd just get on the first train that came. But if I wanted to get to, but then if I'd got on the train that was going to Richmond and I needed the train that was going to Clapham Junction, it would be, this is the last stop that they stay on the same line. So then I would have to carry on till here and then switch here. And it usually was okay, as in I would usually get the around here it would usually be bearable, i.e. there'd be enough people getting off to switch onto the other trains, blah blah blah, and one way or the other, that you'd usually be able to get on the next train that came. But yeah, I remember this platform. It's quite a nice one as well, because you get a nice view of the trains going past on the West Coast Main Line. And again, this is another one of those areas that's just like insanely developed now. Whereas when I first started, there was like some cranes, and that was about it. But yeah, here's the West Coast Main Line. We might see a Pendolino. Or a London Midland train. Oh, we just missed one. Just missed a Pendy. A Pendy D. Oh, and we missed a Bakerloo Line train. A Bakey D. Well, I managed to get the whole way. Oh, look, I think there's a Bakey D down on the platform. I'm trying to be annoying in saying that. I don't actually call them Bakey D. Bakey D. Okay, lock doors. Okay, I'll go for an explore after this. Okay, fine. You kick me out. I'm done. Okay, not too bad. You don't seem to lose points even if you go like stop way over the mark. I love how like completely not aligned those station names. Oh, I think they're supposed to be centered on. Why though? That's weird. Yeah. So speeding, I got marked down on a lot. But I still got a platinum. So what can I say? Yeah, return to free roam. I intend to get out before you drive off. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Wow, didn't hang around at all. Hello. So, if I remember, the way down is over here. There's a weird staircase. Yeah, there we go. And that'll take you down to Bakerloo Line. From where you can go to the illustrious climes of Watford, Harrow and Willesden. Lovely, isn't it? But you know what I'm going to do, actually? You know what I'm going to do? You know what I fancy? I fancy doing a route transplant to... Why would Great Western Express have this? Oh, I suppose... Oh, because you can get the Bakerloo line to Paddington. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. No, but I want to go here. Yeah. Oh, no. I want to go to... Wilson Junction. Transport me! So now I'm going to magically appear on the West Coast Main Line, hopefully. And I finish my shift so I can go home. I don't know which direction I'm going to go home yet. I don't think it maintains your time of day, I guess. Yeah. Oh, here we are. Ooh, we got some serious loading in to do. Oh, whoa, people! Where did you all come from? Okay, right. Now, what's funny is I can't actually get back using that because there isn't they haven't updated this line to include a portal back to there. So now I'm trapped here. But I intend to use the next train that comes to get home out of Event Castle. I really shouldn't run across the track, but I so want to. But you can start watching now. I've previewed the line, the overground line, and now I'm just doing my own little thing. Watford Junction. Okay, we can. Does it say if it's an overground train? Oh no, it obviously is if it's going to Watford. Oh, but I am trying to think. I want to see the West Coast Main Line, so what's the best? What's the best? Oh, I should really go southbound, shouldn't I? Because that way I'll run alongside it, yeah. Run alongside it. What is it? What's this line? What's this line going off down here? What's this? Oh, that's a Bakerloo line. No, I'm not going to get you. I'm going to wait. It's only an extra minute, isn't it? Yes, I'm going to wait for the Bakerloo. Oh, there it is. There it is. Quick. Out of my way. Oh, and it's empty. Not bad. Not bad. Every other time I've gotten on this bloody line, it's been packed. Isn't it nice to put your feet up after a long day driving a train? Isn't it nice to not have to be the one driving? Oh, what time is it? Oh, we still got like a minute before we go. These are the refurbed interiors of the Bakerloo line. I do like this route jumping function. It does give you that sort of like, oh look, I can just keep going. But like I said, like the route preview, or the route, not even preview, the route run for the North London line is done. Mildmay Line is done. Now I'm just having me time. What was that beeping? That sounded like the overground train. Where is it? Why can't I see it? Did it park? Was it all the way down there already? Oh, it was. Oh no, it's because it's the other side of that building. Oh, there are other people. Where was I seeing there? Yeah. Poor Bakerloo Line trains. I don't think they're that long for this world now. I think because they've got the new Piccadilly Line trains, those horrible ugly Siemens things are in testing now, and they'll start on the Piccadilly Line, and then I think they're moving to, I don't know if they'll do the Bakerloo Line or the Central Line first, but I think the plan is both of those, because the 92 stock hasn't been as resilient as TfL wanted. They did get like a sort of, I remember when I lived there, they got a sort of refresh because they used to have leaky windows. I mean, full disclosure, I think the 92 stock is the nicest looking of all the London Underground stock. When you see what it came from, if you ever get a chance to look up the 3 prototypes that TfL did in the late 80s, early 90s, the prototype shoe chains, brilliant train. Like you can see the design language getting incorporated into the 92 stock. And I think they had the most sort of designed interior is what I would say. But the lighting was too dark. They had the windows that curved into the ceiling. And that was really nice, and they were really big bright windows, but in summer, because they didn't have aircon, if you were outside, the sun burning in would be really hot, and then in winter when it rained, because the seals were like vertically above people, they would leak, and I remember them dripping on me. I do remember they gave them new window seals when I was there. They like sort of put this metal frame around it and like glued the windows back in, and they did change the lighting at some point, but it's still dark and very yellow. Oh look, there's another Bakerloo Line train. Oh, look at us go. Oh. I think we're going to Kensal Green now. So we passed by Kensal Rise in the overground, and now Kensal Green is just to the south. But yeah, poor 92 stars and the automatic train operation, so they'll never be in Train Sim World because you don't drive them. They 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 have their own. The trains respond to the signalling and will just go, and so the driver just sort of checks that they've stopped at the station, adjusts if they've for some reason stopped short, and then opens the doors. I think there was like, I remember reading somewhere that the drivers do practice driving them every now and again. I don't know if it was like once a week or once a month. But I mean, the Central Line trains as well, when you see how fast the Central Line trains come into Mile End, is the one that's the scary one. Because Mile End has like, the District Line goes through the centre, and then the Circle Line, the Central Line comes in either side, so it's got cross-platform interchange. But the speed they come in, because that's a sort of modern section that was built in like the 40s, with like straight lines, and where they'd sort of learned sort of how to make them efficiently. Yeah, but yeah, shame the 92 stock won't be around for much longer. They look much nicer than whatever I guess it'll be the 25 stock. Maybe. Oh my god, that was a lot of chatter. That would be me. It always feels weird when you get on a tube train in the spare seats and you're like, oh, I'm never used to sitting down on here. Kensal Green. A place I've been many times. But I do want to go here. Yes, I want to go here. Oh, but I'm confused now. Like, oh, where does the... Oh, we going through... What? Oh, yeah, we're going through the centre. And yeah, then we would go down to the tunnels. Yeah, yeah. Oof. Well, I'll get off there. See what's happening. Oh, you've seen a Pendy. I haven't seen a Pendy D. I don't seriously call things that by these names, but I do think they're quite funny names. Weird. Oh! Where am I? Oh, there I am. I love the detailing on this. Looks gorgeous, doesn't it? Look, this scene almost looks real. Almost. Is there really no pendolinos? At this time of day, there should be something. Oh, there's an overground train. Doesn't seem to be anything. Oh, okay, there's London Midland. You know, I would have thought 5:30. 5:30 was an ideal time for train spotting, and yet no, I don't. I see no trains whatsoever. Oh no, here's one coming. Oh, should I get up? Yeah, I should. Oh, we stopped. Oh, there's a train in front of us. He's leaving. It's alright. He's leaving. Doing a good job, mate. Great job. Oof. 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 And then as all good Londoners do, get up approximately 10 seconds before you get into the platform. Stand by the doors. No buttons to worry about on the underground. You don't have to control the doors. Some of them used to have buttons. 92 stock had them. 95 stock on the Northern Line. 96 stock from the Jubilee Line had them. But they didn't do anything. They were just like placebo-y. And there'd always be someone like really hitting them. And funnily enough, in Madrid, where I live, they do have buttons, and they do make you use them. During COVID, they actually did all the doors automatically, and then, well, on the ones where they could, because some of the older trains have like handles, so that the drivers can't control them. But all the modern ones can be like turned on and off with the by the driver. And yeah, for some reason, once COVID was over, they were like, no, you got to open the doors again by yourself. So they just enable them when the train stops, and then you have to press the button. And it took me so long to get used to that again afterwards. I'd literally just stand there, wait for the doors to open in front of me, and see, people don't know they're spoiled in London. Not their London. Well, now, like, just do it yourself. In fact, it's the reverse though. When I was a lad, it used to be all automated, and now I live in Madrid, where I don't know what exactly it is that why they would take that back. Mind you, I think on the subsurface lines in London, the district line, they also don't open the doors once you get out into the sticks. You have to open them yourself with the button. But the tube, like the tube. Like, you know, where it's like tiny little tube trains. Those ones, you don't have to do yourself. And I think at Crossrail maybe you have to do them yourself as well. But that's like trainy trains. I'm using all the technical. Like, oh, here we go! Whoa! That's all I wanted. I just wanted to see a nice little pendolino. So I'll leave it there. Thank you if you carried on watching while I just wandered around aimlessly. But I was feeling nostalgic for London. Because it's nice to have oh, what do you bloody call it? Oh look, that's a nice nostalgic scene. Lovely. Ooh, warms the glass of your heart. But anyway, I'll leave it there. Thank you for watching. I mean, I, I like this route. I the Mildmay Line route, North London Line, North London Link, Overground, whatever you want to call it. I love it. And maybe it's nostalgia clouding my vision, but there's rough edges for sure. But made by one guy. Started out as just like a hobby practice thing, and then developed it into what I drove, and I think it's fantastic. It's got lots of services actually. I mean, they all follow very similar patterns. I might do a freight service on the next one to see what that's like. Have a wander around Stratford actually, because see the DLR in action. But for me, as someone who used to use that line, used to live in London, it brings me memories, happy memories. I'm not seeing it being a terrible route, or the sort of odd textures or sort of so modeling aren't impacting what I think, like making me think, oh, he's ruined all my memories or anything. In fact, I just feel like more sympathy, and it makes me more lovable, I think, for me personally. So yeah, I would personally recommend this. There isn't be much DLC I don't recommend, but I can tell you now, the DLC that I don't really play, Birmingham, and I grew up in Birmingham. Lived there till I was 19, and I barely ever played that route. No AI, it's very boring. Glossop Line, Manchester Glossop, barely play it again. It has the elements there, but it's just very boring, repetitive gameplay. Either of the Austrian routes I do not play at all. Haven't bought the last two, the last Austrian route, or the last two Austrian routes I haven't bought. I don't think I bought the last German route either. No, I did buy the Mannheim one. No. So like, I can be very upfront and say, I know what I like, and I know what I don't like. I don't really play Long Island Railroad much, but I do play the new version they did of it every now and again. I can't remember what its official name is, like New York Commuter or something. New York Trenton I like, and Boston. Sandpatch Grade no. But didn't buy the new Boston route either, because I don't enjoy that kind of route enough. So like, you see, actually, I feel like I'm maturing and being like, no, I know what I like, and this is a route I would buy again, happily. And I would buy another Overground line by the same guy, or another, if he ever finds out about this, please make another London line with this level of service pattern, because it actually, to me, the sort of how many other trains there are, how much of life there is on that route that reminds me of the real place, matters more than is the modelling perfect, are the sounds the best they could be. That, to me personally, like I said, maybe nostalgia taints me, but this is a game to be enjoyed and have fun with, and yeah, to me it's I would say a solid 7.5 out of 10 route. Mildmay Line. Now I somehow need to figure out how to turn this off. Oh, there we go. I will stop recording and I'll say goodbye. Hasta luego. Thank you for watching.